That's the church door we were looking at yesterday when I arrived. Unfortunately, it isn't open at the moment. It is one of those things that other people, when they're doing vlogs, they get the chance and they go in and they see them, and other people don't, which is what makes watching loads of other people's content on Instagram and especially on YouTube more interesting, because there's all these little things and places that other people stop off to that you don't, or it gives you inspiration of places to try. So that bit of interest always keeps it going, and hopefully it'll bring people back to do the Camino more than once. So it's just gone past 8 o'clock, and we've started from the square, which is back there behind me, being blinded by the sun. Did find a little albergue last night. They also have a parking space out the front and are happy for me to leave the car there until Thursday or Friday. And it seems that the lady that runs the albergue also runs a taxi service, so I have to give her a call and she'll come and pick me up. Depends on where I get to. I don't want to drive in too far. Logroño isn't that far away, but anything after that, you're talking another sort of, be about 50 to 70 kilometers after there. This is where I stayed last night. Casa Alberti. It's a wee bit bright there on the screen. Casa Alberti. So you're pretty much going through the garage and then the accommodations in behind. But can't complain. It was a bed in a room set up for 11 people. But then in the end there was only 3 of us in it. And they were all very quiet. I'm not too sure how much I slept. In fact, I must have slept a wee bit because I'm not feeling so bad. Haven't had anything to eat yet. Normally they do a breakfast, but because of COVID-19, there's no breakfast. So it's all a bit strange. Thankfully, now that I'm outside, I don't have to wear a mask or anything. So it'll hopefully make this all a lot easier, because when you're wearing the mask, all you're doing is breathing in all your own hot air, and as the day heats up, that could be quite annoying. It's about 24 degrees now, which is quite nice. In the shade there's a wee bit of a coolness to it, but it's going to get hot, and there's not much shade once you get going. There's a lot of farmlands and fields. So yeah, welcome to technically what is day 9 of my Camino. This is what I'm following, these little elusive yellow arrows. There haven't really been too many. It's one of those things, whenever signage disappears, just keep following the road ahead, straight ahead, and hope that it's right. You can see it into the distance, out behind. The trees there. The mountains that I drove through yesterday. And a wee bit topped by clouds. Beautiful, beautiful morning. Great morning to be out walking. That's another albergue, closed still. And just outside San Sol is Torres del Rio, so there's a big steep path down and then a big climb back up again. Good morning. So I've made it to Torres del Rio. Just had a bit of breakfast there. Some tostadas and orange juice and coffee. And I'm gonna keep going on. Next town is Viana. I'm 2 miles whether to stay there tonight. It's quite an old town, and it has a cathedral which seems to have been burnt out or destroyed at some point, so I want to see if there's any more info on that to get the story behind it. That's another 10.5 kilometres away. So this morning we just walked 7.8 or something, so it hasn't been too bad. So far so good. Did it quite quickly as well, which I wasn't expecting because I wasn't walking at any sort of pace. So another 10 kilometres and I'll see how I feel and at what time it is, because if it's late enough then I might just stay there for the night and then walk on through Logroño tomorrow. If I'm feeling very sprightly and completely up for it, then I might do the extra bit into Logroño because it's another 7 or 8 kilometres, I think, could be wrong. So we'll go for it. So far it's all good. Feet are feeling fine. This whole listening to your body thing is telling me that my backpack's not quite balanced right. Whether it's the straps or whether it's the contents, I'm not too sure. But there's been a nice breeze today so far, and it's very welcome. Gives you a wee bit of freshness. It's not exactly a cold breeze, but it's a breeze, especially with the heat, because it is warm. I'm going to chuck a hat on and keep going, and yeah, so far so good. Anyone that's walked this before knows exactly where this is, and normally it is a hive of activity with a wee stall for food, water. Right now it's completely abandoned, not a soul about. Tell you what though, these wee quicker porridge things to go, you definitely need a drink with them. Like worse than Weetabix for sucking all the saliva out of your mouth. Dare say it does encourage me to drink more. I passed one of the guys that was in our room last night earlier on. I thought he might have caught up with me. He's a big enough fella. I don't mean he's tall, not bulky. I thought he might have passed while I was sitting here, or while I was having a drink, but there's been no sign of him. Then it goes back to everybody does the Camino in their own way. You walk as much or as little as you want. Some people go town by town and stop all. Depends on how much time you have, really. And how much there is to do in each town. I'm trying to just be careful not to set unrealistic targets. So Viana was the one that I thought I would get to today. It's actually, I've been quite looking forward to getting to it. I thought I might have got to it before on my last trip, but wasn't so lucky. So that's where I plan to stop. But as I said, if I feel really fresh later on, so far I'm okay. I've a bit of sore back, but then it's not the little small backpack that I was so used to, and it just hugged on. You know, it sat quite high, and it's great. This one's a bit bigger, but the weight bit's not really bothering me. I'll be stiff in the shoulders and everything later on, but it should be fine. It's nice and peaceful. Listening to the wind in the trees. Right, so this last section seems to be mainly along a main road. Well, it's not a main road, but it's a road. So there's a few cars flying about. Viana has just come into view around the side of a hill. So I think, in all honesty, that's where I'm going to call it a day for today. I don't think I'll bother walking on to Logroño. I'm getting tired. Back's a wee bit sore from carrying this larger backpack. So I think I'll just call it a day, rest up, and take it easy, and have a good day tomorrow. I'll be walking through Logroño and heading on, and that's quite a walk tomorrow. So yeah, I think this is where I'm heading for the day. Oh, plastic pillows and cheating. I have not missed you. I don't think any pilgrim looks forward to sleeping on one of these. Thanks to the sweat that just builds up and lies there on the bed. So the information we have on this ruin is that it's the Church of San Pedro, a 13th century Gothic church fortress and the oldest in Viana. The serious damage it suffered in the First Carlist War led to its demolition in 1844. The best conserved part is the aisle with the roof vaults, baroque facade and the exterior of the east front. The large plenty rose window also stands out. There are excellent views over the Ebro Valley.